We are live, baby. For evening, everyone. We'll start in a few minutes, and then I'll go over what we're going to be doing. It's just a nice and relaxed one today, so you can do this wherever. Won't be getting too much of a sweat on. Hopefully not with stretching anyway. Loads flowing in. Good evening, good evening. How we all been? 21. Ooh. Got an audience tonight. Get started in 1 or 2 minutes. And then I'll go over what we're going to be doing this evening. It's just a stretching mobility session, so nothing too crazy. If you guys were crazy enough to watch me this morning, you'll know, yesterday morning even, you'll know that I did a flexibility and mobility session as well. So hopefully after these two, hi Tom, how you doing? After these 2 sessions with flexibility and mobility, you guys will have everything you need to get a good warm up in terms of flexibility and mobility. Help you out with a few movements, and yeah, just make all those movements a lot smoother for you guys. You can use this as well, because obviously these videos stay here, so you can use these in your own training as well, which is always a bonus. Cool, get started in just a second. 23, lovely. What I'll do is I'll just bring my book next to me so I can see what order I've got them in. I've got a lot of stretches this evening. Lots of stuff to help you guys out. So what we'll do is, right, okay, 6:30. So what we're going to be doing is stretching mobility, as I just said, about 20 times. And each stretch is going to be about 20 to 30 seconds hold. We're going to do sort of 2 stretches, and then we're going to go back over them again. So then we really work on those. And there should be about 15 stretches we're going to be going through today. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, depends what timing, sort of what the time's looking like, because I don't want to take you guys for too long, but it should take about half an hour. It took about half an hour yesterday, and we've got sort of similar stretches to yesterday, but not all of them are the same. Going to mix up a bit as well. So, first of all, grab your mat, sit wherever you're sitting. I'm going to start really basic. Hopefully you guys can see me, hopefully you can see all the mat, because this is my area. So what we're going to start off with first is just put your arms to your side, just grab your head and just tilt it to the side. Put a bit of pressure so you're not trying to yank it, just trying to stretch out the side of the neck here. Starting with some basic stretches. Okay, we're going to hold this for 30 seconds and then we'll switch sides, but really reach out to the side with this arm. You should feel that down the side of your neck and maybe into your traps as well, depending how tight you are. Lovely, and switch. So with all these movements today, you'll probably find that one side is tighter than the other, and that's absolutely fine. If you have one side that's tighter than the other, we can work on that. So you can sort of, I don't think you can pause a live video, but stop the live video, spend a bit more time in those areas which are a bit more tight for you, and come back to the live video where you sort of paused it last time. So don't be afraid, you don't need to stick with me if you feel you have some tight areas. Okay. Side on so you guys can see what I'm doing. What we're doing now is going to open up the chest, grab your arms, just extend them behind you, really try and push out your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Okay, I'm going to hold this 30 seconds. Try and extend those arms out as straight as you can. Nothing too crazy. Beautiful. And back to the neck. So this side. So we'll do this one more time, then we'll do the one we just did one more time, and then we'll get into some more advanced ones, just trying to stretch out our body a bit. Make ourselves feel a little bit more nimble. If you can't feel the stretch, just bend your neck a little bit more. It probably looks weird if someone's scrolling through Facebook and just sees me doing this position here, but they probably don't understand what it's doing, so it's fine. I see a few comments in there, I'll get to them in a minute. Really reach out. Okay, this one again. Really open up that chest, push out that chest. Extend those arms as far back as possible. Lovely. Right, let's see what you guys said. Have a drink. Alright. Hi Brandon, hi Drew, hi Hannah, hi Ryan, hi Tom. How you doing? Right, have a drink. So what we're going to be doing now is try and get in a position where you can sit. So lie down, get on your side, and with one arm out. So hopefully you guys can see me. One arm out like this, and what you're going to be doing is going to be pulling your arm across your body, keeping in contact, and try and get this elbow to touch on the other side. The higher you have your knees, the harder it is, alright? So what this is doing, it's just moving the back, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to do this. So same position, but instead of that, we're going to properly twist, and again, try and touch the other side, and on these as well, going to hold it for about 5 seconds. So when you guys are ready with me, so you follow that side, hold that, and back, and then another one, pull across your body. So this takes out a lot of pressure and strain out the lower back. I'm going to do 5 of these. Almost doing it in archer motion, like you're pulling back a bow. On the other side, excuse me, I'm facing away from you guys now. So knees up. And you'll probably find one side is tighter than the other. That's fine. I know this side feels a lot more tighter for me. I have a habit of lifting up my head, so don't do that. Keep your head on the floor. Switch back to the other side. And similar, we're going to do like a windmill motion. So arms out like this, legs up. Obviously the higher your legs are, the harder it is. Just twist around, keep that arm nice and straight. Try not to hit my bench. Keep that head down as well. So 5 of these as well, guys. And we'll switch sides. switch. Already I can feel the tension sort of coming up my lower back. It's nice. I'm going to do a lot of things to sort of stretch out lower back and that area. Have a little drink, then I'll explain the next ones we're going to do. Some we'll do twice, some we won't do twice, because some sort of just require a bit more. So, next we're going to be doing child's pose, again for the lower back, really good, and then we'll be doing sort of child's pose with a high butt, if that makes sense. But what we're going to do first, so this one here is child's pose, hopefully you guys can see me. Just going to sink back into it like this. And as you come down, breathe out. So breathing is really important. And what we're going to do, we're going to try and hold it for a total of 30 seconds, that one. But we're going to come down, hold that for about 5 seconds, going to come up, deep breath in, and then as we come down, try and sink into it a bit lower, even messing up my words a bit. And the next one is this. And what you're going to try and do with this one is push your elbows into the ground. Obviously, you probably won't be able to, but palms down on the floor. And then you're going to keep that butt nice and high. You should feel that stretch down the lats and then the lower back as well. So for a total, we're going to hold these two for about 30 seconds. Second one, just going to stay 30 seconds on that. We're not going to bounce up and down like we did in the first one. So what we'll just start child pose. So deep breath in, deep breath out, sink down into it as well as you can. Hold that for about 5 seconds. Up, deep breath in and out as you come down. I'm going to try and sink a bit lower into this one now. One more. Now this one, keep your butt up, try and force those elbows into the ground. And almost sit away from it, so pull yourself away from your hands and for that stretch down the side here. Going to hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds. And remember to breathe. Sink deeper into that stretch. Lovely. Alright, so now we're going to go back to child's pose again. I'm going to do that one again. So, child's pose, the normal one. Sit down into it, breathe out as you come down. Hold for about 5 seconds. Up. In through the nose, up through the mouth. To the next one. Again, keep that butt up and just push those palms, elbows into the ground. Feel the stretch more. Okay, so have a drink. Let's read what everyone's saying. Ethan, I see you. Right. Okay, so once you've had a drink, I'll explain the next ones. So what we're going to do next, upward dog, and we're going to bring our knees to our chest. So with upward dog, I did this one yesterday. If you joined me yesterday, what we're going to be doing is coming down and just hands underneath your shoulders, and we're just going to be pressing up as far as we can. Hold that for about 5 seconds. Down. I'm going to do 5 of these. And the last one we're going to hold for a bit longer. And then knees to chest. Lie down on your back. Just going to bring your knees to your chest and squeeze. And again, this takes out a lot of strain out of the lower back. Okay, so that one's going to be held for 30 seconds. Upward dog. All right, so you're going to go down like this, and then you're going to press yourself up. If you can't fully extend, that's fine. If you can only get to here, that's fine. Just go to a natural movement. Eventually you'll be able to if you do these stretches every day. So hold up, hold for 5 seconds. Remember to breathe. And down. Relax. And up. Down. Try and relax at the bottom. Up. So again, this one, lower back. And this last one, just gonna hold it for a bit longer. On this one, really focus on your breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice deep breaths. Love. And now roll over and roll back and squeeze those knees into your chest. As you breathe out, try and pull those knees tighter. If you can't, and you've pulled them really tight already, that's absolutely fine. Just stay in that position. Flip over again. And with this one, so while you guys are doing that, I'll go over our next one. So we're going to start with this one here, and it's probably better if I show you from this angle. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your leg and properly lean into it, and you can put your hands next to this leg here. And what I want you to do is, I don't want you to sit back, I want you to properly lean forward into that, and you should feel that all inside your groin, all in the inside of your leg. I'm going to hold that for 30 seconds. Move around a bit to sort of find those places where are a bit more tight. So I'm going to do that for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to get into a normal lunge. And what you're going to do is you're going to drop your knee outwards. Okay? And keep that chest nice and high. And you're just going to rotate around. So not fully around, but you're just going to rotate a little bit around. And what I want you to do is tense this glute while you're doing this, and what this is going to do is going to stretch out our hip flexors. So again, we're going to hold this for 30 seconds and just sort of push this knee that's up outwards. Alright, so we'll start with our lunge. It's a deep lunge, I should call it, because no one naturally lunges like this. So lean into it. It doesn't help that I'm wearing trackies, so hopefully you guys are wearing shorts, or it's a bit more practical for this. Lean into that. I'm just going to hold that for about 30 seconds. try and go deeper into the stretch and progress. Really focus on that stretch and how deep you're going into it. Now switch. So again, same with all the stretches we've done so far. You'll probably find that one side is tighter than the other, and that's fine. Just work on that side a bit longer. Maybe do it twice, or just hold the actual stretch for longer if you have sort of a area which is a bit more tighter than others. And again, same with everything else. Just lean forward into it a bit more. Feel that stretch as you progress. Breathe out and lean forward a bit more to feel it. Cool. And now we'll go into our hip flexor. So with this one, keep that chest nice and high and just push this knee out and just rotate, tense that glute. And again, we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. And stretch out those hip flexors. Cool, and switch. So with this, after doing these ones, you should feel a lot more sort of nimble, a lot more loose. And lean into it a bit more. Twist a bit more if you don't feel the stretch as much. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to do them ones twice because they're quite a deep stretch, quite an intense stretch. Have a drink. Let's see what I can say. Good, Tom. I'm glad you enjoy it. Hope you've had a good week. Been productive. Done lots of exercise. So we're going to go back into the deep lunge. Properly lean forward into that. Put your hands down. Ideally, we want to get our elbows down, but I'm not that flexible, so I'm just going to keep my hands here and try and get nice and low. If you can get your elbows down on the floor and sort of lean past your leg, that's great. It means you have some crazy good flexibility. Switch. Remember, hands on the inside of your leg. And control that breathing. Keep yourselves nice and relaxed. Now switch to a hip flexor stretch. So force that knee outwards. Just rotate around. Tense them glutes. Just to support the hip. And a good way to sort of feel the stretch a bit more is almost pretend you're pressing those hips forward and into the ground. And that should help you feel the stretch a lot more. Cool. And switch. Push that knee outwards. Tense some glutes. Push those hips forward. Awesome. Right, so next we're going to do some hamstring stretches. So what we're going to do is face forward for this one. You're going to get into squat position. If you can't get into a squat position, just sort of get to your normal position. If you can't get any lower, that's fine. Just lean forward a bit. Doesn't really matter for this. And what we're going to do is you're just going to try and extend up with your legs, but keep those hands on the floor, and that's going to stretch out our hamstring. So we're going to do them 4, 5, and we're going to hold them for 5 seconds at the top. And then for the next one, on your knee, extend that leg out. And we're just going to try and lean forward and keep that chest up. So you don't want to be hunched over, you want to keep that chest nice and high. If you can, look ahead of you. I'm just going to lean forward as much as we can. So with that one, again, stretching the hamstring. So what we're going to do is start into our squat into pike. Nice and low as you can. Again, if you can't, you can lean forward. And we're just going to extend up. Hold that for 5 seconds. Down. Extend up. Down. Stand up. Down. 2 more. Stand up. And last one, I'm going to hold this one for a bit longer. About 10 seconds. Beautiful. Right. Now, straight down into this. So, on your knee. Leg out as straight as you can. I'm just going to lean forward and almost do walkouts with our hands. So walk out like that. Don't go beyond the point. That feels like it's going to tear. Just sort of go to that point where you feel tension and you can actually feel the stretch. That's what we're going to do as well. We're going to hold for about 5 seconds and then we're going to go down and try and go deeper into that stretch. As you breathe out, remember, so breathe in as you come up, and out as you go down. So we're going to do that 5 times, again holding each one for about 5 seconds. Try and go deeper into that stretch. Try and keep that chest as high as possible. Don't want to hunch over like that. That's 1. This is quite an intense stretch in the hamstring. Definitely works. Cool. Now switch legs. Try and look up as well. Looking up will help keep that chest up nice and high. You notice that you're sort of going forward like this and hunching over, that's not good. Just try and focus on keeping yourself nice and high. Come up to the point where you feel that tension come off. Just lean forward until you feel that tension again. Right, so next we are going to do some hip swivels and we're going to do a glute stretch. So with this one, hip swivels, lie down like this, keep those legs nice and high, feet together. I'm just going to let those legs drop. And just try and get those knees on the floor. You do 5 either side, and again you'll probably find that one side is tighter than the other. So we need 5 of them. And then with this one, the next one being a glute stretch, you're going to push your leg outside of its line. So if you're using a mat, put it on the outside of the line, put that leg around it, and what you're going to do is you're going to pull your knee to your opposite shoulder. And this one is quite an intense glute stretch. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds each side as well. So let's start with swivels. So 5 each side. Remember, we're not trying to rush them, just trying to get the movement right. Drop those legs down to the side, nice and relaxed. Try and keep those hips grounded. Try not to raise them too much. One more on each side. Twisting on my right side, so it's a little bit more tighter than twisting on my left. Okay, now we're going into our glute stretch. So leg outside, so you don't want it in front of you, you want it outside this. You're going to hook this leg around and you're going to pull it to your opposite shoulder. And if you feel like your hips are raising, tense those glutes and that will help prevent that. Quite an intense sort of glute stretch, and if you don't feel it, remember you are trying to pull it to the opposite shoulder. Tense those glutes, try and bring those hips down, force them into the ground, and you'll feel the stretch a lot more. Hold this one for about 20 to 30 seconds. Switch. Same with this one, pull it to the opposite shoulder. And the reason for hooking it around our leg is just to stop our foot from rotating around. Don't want it to externally rotate. As we go through this stretch, just try and pull it a little bit more tighter to feel it. So naturally it's going to loosen off a bit. Cool. Right, so we're actually going to do them twice because they are quite good stretches, quite good movements. So with the swivels, we'll do them again. And with these, again, 5 either side. And this is just helping with our lower back. Helps take strain off the lower back. You'd be surprised how many people suffer from sort of pain in their lower back, myself included. Back into the glute stretch. Now with this one, naturally, you should be able to pull it a lot closer to your chest before you feel the stretch. And like I said, tense those glutes, try and bring those hips downwards into the floor. focus on pulling that knee across your body. Switch. Again, if you want to focus on one side because it's a lot more tighter than the other, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that and then replay the video where you left off. Right, let's take a look at what I'm saying. So hopefully, should feel nice and stretched out. Right, next. Okay, so the next ones, these are really basic sort of movements to help the joints. A lot of people get clicks down their neck, especially when they roll their head or sort of look down to the side. Whatever it is, a lot of people get clicks in their necks. I do as well. And a lot of people get pain in their shoulders. So what we're going to do, really basic, we're going to do some neck rolls. So I really want, when you come down here, your chin to be touching your chest. And really exaggerate that. And the first one, you probably feel clicks all over the place. That's fine. We're going to do 5 one side, and then so clockwise and then anti-clockwise. And then same with the shoulders. With this, shrug, back, down as low as you can. So we're going to do sort of rolls of that as well. So 5 one side and then 5 the other. So we did these ones yesterday morning, and if you guys join me, you'll know. So start with the neck rolls. So around, don't go fast, really focus on that exaggeration of that roll. Basic stuff like this can actually help with pain if you're feeling pain in your neck. Once you've done 5, back in the other direction. Once you've done that, down into the shoulder rolls. So I'm going to go back to start with. Really exaggerate these like you did with your neck. Sit up. Again, this probably looks bizarre to some people scrolling past, wondering what on earth is he doing. That's fine. So again with these, just focus on them. Don't need to rush them. More. Right, we're going to go back into the neck one, so we're going to do these twice. So 5 of these this way. And then after this, we'll do 2 more. And that'll be us done. This way already. So do 5 the other way. Okay. And then once you've done them, shoulder rolls again. Forgot which way I did my rolls then. So really sort of cave that chest in. And as you come up, almost like you're doing a shrug. Once you've done 5, other way. Cool. Right, so once you've done that, next ones we're going to do. So we're going to do a quad stretch. So lean back, and what you're going to do is going to grab your leg with your opposite hand. If you can't do that, then use the same side hand to help you. Grab that, almost grab your laces where your laces would be and just drive those hips into the floor. And try and bring that leg to your butt, your foot to your butt, and focus on driving those hips to your floor and tensing your glutes. And do that for 30 seconds each side, and then similar to what we did before, but what we're going to do is you're going to have your legs just wider than shoulder width. I'm just going to dip them down like that. And then we'll do 5 of them other side. So start with the quad stretch. This one's quite intense. So really focus on driving those hips into the floor and tensing those glutes, and that'll help the stretch a lot more, make it feel a lot more tense. You want to try and keep those hips grounded. Switch. Still focusing on that breathing. Deep breaths. Awesome. Now switch over. And feet quite wide, just wider than shoulder width. Just going to drop those knees down to the floor as far as you can. Nice and controlled. No need to rush the movement. One more side. Flip over. I'm going to do the quad one more time, because it's quite a deep stretch. It's definitely quite a nice stretch as well. So bring that foot as far as you can. Keep those legs on the floor and tense those glutes to help push those hips into the floor. Keep focusing on your breathing. Lovely. And switch. Force those hips into the ground. Stretch a lot more. This is definitely quite an enjoyable stretch as well. It's quite deep, quite intense. That's sometimes what you like with a stretch. Lovely. Oh, alright, so let's put that up. So, oh, okay, it didn't stay up. It's all over the place. Oh well. So that's everything we've got for the stretching session. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Between today's session and yesterday's morning session, I also did mobility and stretching. So hopefully that's everything you guys will need for stretching and mobility. There's a lot of stuff there, a lot of stuff that you guys can use in your own workouts and at home, seeing as we are all at home. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you next Saturday at 6:30 p.m.